For the Homo habilis tribe, every step across the sun-scorched field is a fight against death, not just from lurking predators, but from the dryness that cracks their lips and clouds their vision. They've walked for 3 days without a drop of water, their wobbly legs barely holding up their thin, ape-haired bodies, and their primitive cloth wraps doing little to shield them from the brutal heat. 2 of the tribe's strongest men lead the way, their eyes scanning the tree line ahead for any sign of water or danger. While a few small beasts dart through the underbrush, too skittish to get close. Near the edge of the field, a woman pauses, her primitive white cloth wrap fluttering slightly in the faint breeze. As she presses a hand to her chest, she's weak, but she won't let the tribe leave her behind. Just beyond her, a troop of monkeys bursts through the tall grass, their chattering echoing as they flee something unseen. And the men freeze, hands tightening around the sharpened sticks they carry for defense. The woman sinks to the ground beneath a gnarled tree, her back leaning against its rough bark, and she closes her eyes for a moment, hoping to gather just enough strength to keep going. A man kneels beside her, offering a small handful of dried berries he'd stashed earlier, and a young woman joins them, her expression soft as she gently adjusts the cloth around the first woman's shoulders. On a rocky outcrop nearby, a lion stands tall, its golden fur glinting in the sun. As it stares down at the tribe, its stomach growls. But it hesitates, knowing the humans carry weapons. Hidden in the bush below the rock, a lion cub tumbles playfully, unaware of the tension above, and it lets out a tiny roar that makes the tribe's youngest child whimper softly. 2 young men crouch in the thick bush, their heads covered with leafy branches to blend in, as they watch the lion, whispering to each other about whether it's safe to move forward. The rest of the tribe starts to move again, the man and woman from earlier walking side by side, their paces slow but steady, as they keep their eyes peeled for any hint of water. A hyena lunges at another hyena near a cluster of rocks, the 2 fighting over a scrap of meat, and the tribe's leader signals everyone to stay quiet. Hyenas travel in packs, and he doesn't want to draw their attention. Further along the field, a woman holds a squirming baby to her chest, her arms wrapped tightly around him, as she murmurs soft sounds to calm him, even though her own voice shakes with fatigue. A man walks beside a lion that's striding across the dry field, the 2 keeping a careful distance. Neither wants a fight, so they move parallel, eyes locked on each other until the lion veers away. A man in a thicker primitive cloth costume dances near a monkey, his movements jerky but intentional, as he tries to distract the creature from the tribe's food stash hidden in a tree. A young boy stands alone in the desert-like stretch of the field, his small frame trembling, but he doesn't cry. He's learned to be brave, even when he's scared, and he waits for the tribe to come back for him. A group of men sits on a thick tree trunk that fell during a storm, their legs dangling, as they pass around a small pouch of seeds, talking quietly about where they might find water next. More men join the walk across the field, their steps growing heavier as the sun climbs higher. But they keep going, knowing stopping could mean never starting again. A group of monkeys sits on the ground, picking at insects in the dirt, and they glance up at the passing humans. But they don't run. They've seen the tribe before, and they know they mean no harm. A lion stands in the middle of the field, its head raised as it sniffs the air, and it turns toward the tribe, making a low growl that sends a shiver through everyone. But it doesn't charge. 2 lions run across the desert like part of the landscape, their legs pumping as they chase a small antelope, and the tribe watches from a distance, grateful the predators are focused elsewhere. A group of men trudge across the dirt field, their wrappings of animal hide caked in dust, and they stop for a moment to rub their sore feet before pushing on. The woman with the white cloth wrap walks through the field again, this time with another woman beside her, and they help each other over a small ditch, their bond keeping them strong. A group of young men stands in the field, their chests puffed out as they talk about how they'll hunt once they find water. And their laughter is loud enough to scare off a few small birds. The same group of young men runs through the field, chasing a rabbit that darted out of the grass, and they whoop and holler. Even though they know they're unlikely to catch it, they just need a moment of joy. A young boy stands next to a lion cub that wandered too far from its mother. The two staring at each other, neither moving, until the boy's mother pulls him back, her heart racing. A man stands in the field with a lion, the big cat lying down a few feet away, and the man tosses a piece of dried meat toward it. He's trying to build trust, even though he knows it's risky. A group of people gathers around a baby gazelle that's gotten separated from its herd. Their voices soft as they wonder if they should help it or leave it be. Helping might draw predators, but leaving it feels cruel. A man and a woman stand next to each other, their shoulders touching, as they watch the rest of the tribe tend to the gazelle. And they smile faintly. Small moments of connection keep them going. The man and woman walk through the wild with their baby, the father carrying the child when the mother's arms get tired, and they stop every so often to check if the baby is okay. A group of people stands around a lion that's trapped in a deep hole. Their faces a mix of fear and pity, as they debate whether to throw it food or let it fend for itself. They don't want to be its next meal, but they hate to see it suffer. The man and woman from earlier walk through the field again, their steps lighter now that they've found a few berries, and they talk about the home they hope to find someday. A place with water and shelter. A lion runs through the field, its paws kicking up dirt as it chases a bird that's flying just out of reach. And the tribe steps aside, letting it pass. They don't want to interfere with a predator's hunt. A group of people stands around a large rock, the tribe's shaman running his hand over its smooth surface. As he mumbles words they don't fully understand, he says the rock will guide them to water. A lion runs across a dirt path that cuts through the field, its tail flicking back and forth, and it doesn't even glance at the tribe, which is a relief. They've had enough close calls. A group of men walks through the desert, their mouths dry, but their spirits lifted by the shaman's words, and they keep their eyes on the horizon, hoping to see water soon. A lion creeps through the brush, its body low to the ground, as it stalks a deer that's grazing nearby. And the tribe freezes, not wanting to alert either the lion or the deer. Two young goats eat grass near the edge of the field, their tails wagging, and the tribe's children watch them, giggling quietly. They haven't seen such calm creatures in days. A group of men walks across the field again, their pace quickening as they spot something in the distance, and they call out to the rest of the tribe, their voices full of hope. A herd of elephants gathers at a watering hole, their trunks dipping into the water, and the tribe stops in their tracks. They've found what they've been looking for. But they approach slowly, not wanting to startle the giants. A woman and a man stand in a small village of crude huts, their baby in their arms. As they look out at the watering hole, they've decided to stay here for a while, at least until the water runs low. A group of elephants sits next to a river that feeds the watering hole, their massive bodies blocking the sun, and the tribe sets up their own camp nearby. Grateful for the shade, several birds stand on the bank of the river, their feet in the shallow water, as they peck at fish swimming by. And the tribe's women gather near the water's edge, filling small gourds with river water. Two birds stand on a rock in the middle of the river, their wings spread to dry, and a young girl from the tribe waves at them, laughing when they take flight, circling once before landing again. A man and a woman stand next to the river, their hands in the cool water, as they watch a bird fly overhead, its wings carrying it toward the setting sun, and they breathe a sigh of relief. They've survived another day, but tomorrow will bring new challenges. Thank you for joining Homo habilis History Hub on this journey. If you found this story meaningful, please support us by liking and sharing the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the grand chapters of human history with us. Goodbye, and we'll see you on the next journey through time.